Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I am here to talk about Kindle Direct Publishing, low content books, how to make money online. So if you are interested in those things, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now what we're going to talk about today is basically how not to do KDP. I get questions all the time from people about, I have 100 books, 1,000 books, 20 books, just some number of books, and they're saying, why am I not making sales? And there is lots of reasons, but I'm going to talk about a specific reason right now. And one of them is because you're probably trying to create books in niches that you do not understand. So I was looking at some books on Amazon, and what I found is that there was a really good selling book series, and what someone had done is they had created an author name pretty much exactly the same as this author and created book titles that were pretty much the same book title. And I mean, it's one thing to create book titles that are the same or similar, but it is another to do the same author name with just one word changed and the same book title. And then what actually was even more upsetting was when you looked into those products in the description, they weren't even right. First off, there were grammar errors, there were all sorts of things that were wrong with it, and it didn't make any sense. Like, what the topic they were talking about for the book did not make sense at all for the description. And then, had they come to me ever and said, why aren't my books selling? I would say, because this makes no sense. First off, there's grammar errors. You've pretty much copied what someone else is doing, and you don't understand what you're even copying. So I know there's that theory, look what's out there and create books that are like that. What they mean is look at why they're selling, what they're selling, look at what they're doing, not necessarily the exact books or the exact niches. You're kind of trying to look for patterns. You're not trying to copy, and you're not trying to do something else that someone has already done, because the person who's already done it and getting real good sales, copying it is not going to get you what you want, which is sales, because they're already selling really well. Why would someone purchase your book with no rank, no stars, compared to this other book that has 700 4-star, 5-star, whatever ratings, and is selling really well? It just doesn't make sense. And then when you couple that with, you're going to take kind of your copied book and then not even make your description readable or interesting. You're just kind of throw things in that you don't really understand. It's not going to help you. So you're kind of wasting your time creating something and creating 20 or 30 copies of it. And then you wonder why you're not selling. You're like, oh, this book is selling, why isn't mine? Well, there's several reasons. Like I said, in this particular example, the grammar wasn't very good, and they also pretty much copied, they copied like the title, they copied the author name, but yet it wasn't the same at all. So when you're creating your books, try and understand why things are selling, what patterns are selling, what sort of concepts are selling, and why is it doing well. So the books that are selling well probably have a branded name or some sort of recognition. The cover matches the audience of what they're looking for, what they want, and then the description matches all of that. And then the product itself, the look inside feature or A+ content or whatever you have, it all matches and creates a whole, rather than just, I'm going to try and piggyback off this author name or piggyback off this book title, because it's not going to work. Amazon's smarter than that. Okay, the algorithm is brilliant. It's created by some of the most brilliant minds in the world, right? It's smarter than that. It knows that this person has something that's been selling and it's doing really well, and this person, we're going to give it a chance, but when it doesn't sell right away, we're not going to bother with it. It's just going to go to the back of the book stacks. So when you're creating things, look for, that alignment, that pattern of good product, good description. They understand the niche. They understand what their audience wants. So think about the person purchasing it instead of just trying to say, oh, what's working for all these other things. And it is true, looking at your target audience, for example, women, if it's a book for women, they do like flowers. But that doesn't mean that flowers are the only type of pattern they will like. And even within flowers, there are some colors and textures and just look of it that look better or worse, right? And you've just got to kind of find what those patterns are and then create your own unique product in a niche that you do understand, and make sure everything of your product aligns, from the cover to the description, the interior, just everything makes sense for that particular audience, because that is how you're going to get your customer to part with their money and purchase your book. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. I didn't want to give you any specific examples because I didn't want to call out anyone's work. But I want to make sure you understand that just because you have 1,000 books up doesn't necessarily mean that you have all the pieces of the puzzle in the right order. Okay? You've really got to think, what would the customer want? Who am I talking to? What does this person need from this book? What purpose is my book? And exactly who is it for? And once you can align everything, you're going to have a much better shot at selling your book. All right, I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.